सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम सच्चिदानंदरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। धर्मः प्रोज्झितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनं श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृद्यवरुध्यतेऽत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तत्क्षणात् नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्त देवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण आचार्येभ्यो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय शुगब्रह्मर्षे सूतमहामुनये शौनकादृशेभ्यो अत्र्यादृशेभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो मत्स्यादिवतारेभ्यो नमः। आदित्यादिनवग्रह देवताभ्यो नमः। श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तिदत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वती स्वरूपिणी आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः। माता पितृदेवताभ्यो नमः। आद्य शंकराचार्यवर्यादि गुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कंदः मुक्तिरित्वा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ षड्विंशोऽध्यायः। ऐलवाच 16 बोधितस्यापि देव्या मे सूक्तवाक्येन दुर्मतेः मनोगतो महामोहः नावयति अजितात्मनः किमेतया नोपकृतं रज्ज्वा वा सर्पचेतसः रज्जुः स्वरूपा विदुषः योऽहं यद् अजितेन्द्रियः क्वायं मलीमसः कायः दौर्गन्ध्याद्यात्मको अशुचिः क्वगुणाः सौमनस्याद्याः यध्यासो अविद्यया कृतः पित्रोः किं नु भार्यायाः स्वामिनोऽग्नेष्वगृध्रयोः इमात्मनः किं सुहृदाम इति यो नावसीयते तस्मिन् कळेबरे मेध्ये तुच्छनिष्ठे विसज्जते अहो सुभद्रं सुनसं सुस्मितं च मुखं स्त्रियाः त्वं मां सरुदिरस्नायु मेदो मज्जास्ति संहतौ विन्मूत्रपूये रमतां कृमीणां कियदन्तरम् अथापि नोपसज्जेत स्त्रीषु स्त्रैणेषु चार्थवितो विषयेन्द्रियसंयोगात् मनः क्षुभ्यति नान्यथा अदृष्टादश्रुताद्भावात् न भाव उपजायते असंप्रयुञ्जतः प्राणान् शाम्यति स्थिमितं मनः तस्मात् संगो न कर्तव्यः स्त्रीषु स्त्रैणेषु चेन्द्रियैः विदुषां चाप्यविस्रब्धः षड्वर्गः किमु मादृशां। श्रीभगवानुवाच एवं प्रगायन् नृपदेवदेवः सौर्वशीलोकमथो विहाय आत्मानमात्मन्यवगम्य मां वै उपारमज्ञानविधूतमोहः ततो दुःसङ्गमुत्सृज्य सत्सु सज्जेत बुद्धिमान् सन्त एतस्य छिन्दन्ति मनोव्यासङ्गमुक्तिभिः सन्तोऽनपेक्षामच्चित्ताः प्रशान्ताः समदर्शिनः निर्ममा निरहङ्काराः निर्द्वन्द्वा निष्परिग्रहाः तेषु नित्यं महाभागेषु मत्कथाः सम्भवन्ति तान् नॄणां जुषतां प्रपुनन्त्यघं ताये शृण्वन्ति गायन्ति ह्यनुमोदन्ति चाद्रुताः मत्पराः श्रद्धानाश्च भक्तिं विन्दन्ति ते मयि भक्तिं लब्धवतः साधोः किमन्यदवशिष्यते मयि अनन्तगुणे ब्रह्मणि आनन्दानुभवात्मनि यतोपश्रयमाणस्य भगवन्तं विभावसुं शीतं भयं तमोप्येति साधून् संसेवतस्तथा निमज्जोन्मज्जतां घोरे भवाब्धौ परमायनं सन्तो ब्रह्मविदः शान्ताः नौर्दृढेवाप्सुमज्जताम् अन्नं हि प्राणिनां प्राणः आर्तानां शरणं त्वहं धर्मो नित्यं नृणां प्रेत्य सन्तोर्वाग्बिभ्यतोरणं सन्तो धर्मो वित्तं सन्तो दिशन्ति चक्षुंषे बहिरर्कः समुत्थितः देवताः बान्धवाः सन्तः सन्त आत्माहमेव च द्वैतसेनस्ततोऽप्येवम् उर्वश्यालोकनिःस्पृहः मुक्तसङ्गो महिमेताम् आत्मा रामश्चचारः इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायाम् एकादशस्कन्धे षड्विंशोऽध्यायः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीभागवत शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम श्रीसूत शरणं मम श्रीशुकदेव शरणं मम श्रीव्यास शरणं मम श्रीनारद शरणं मम श्रीकुमार शरणं मम श्रीब्रह्मा शरणं मम श्रीविष्णु शरणं मम श्रीपरब्रह्म शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम। श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्त्यं रसः अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामा मुञ्चत कर्हिचित् यस्वानुभावमखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् अध्यात्मदीपमतिथितीर्षतां तमोन्धं संसारिणां करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुमुपयामि गुरुं मुनीनाम्। ॐ श्रीशुकब्रह्मर्षये नमः। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादशस्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वान्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः। अथ षड्विंशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच ऐलौवाच। Salutations to entire Bhagavat Acharyas, Gurus, Devatas, Bhaktas, Bhagavata, Ukta, all avatars Bhagavan. Hitva anyata rupam swarupena vyavasthitihi is mukti, means ultimate mukti is when the anyata rupa of dehendriya manobuddhyadi yukta jiva bhava we have to give up, and in the swarupa of aham brahmasmi we have to have the vyavastha establishment, then only mukti will come. But apart from that, in every other vyavahara also there is one way of life and code of conduct given to us. Whenever that is not followed, dukkha comes. Dukkha is called as bandhanam. Therefore, from that bandhanam, the mukti also comes only when there also the anyatha rupa, the wrongdoing, when you give up, swarupena avasthiti, when we exactly follow the code or the rules, we get that mukti. So, every day, every moment, we have to be very wise, clear about the right way of living so that the wrong result doesn't come to us. And all is in our hands. And that's the challenge. And that's called as a game of human life. In animals, that's not there. Neither the buddhi knowledge is there, nor that sort of tempting world is there for them. You give bhojanam, you gave them some shelter, enough for them. There's no big problem. But for you and I, thousand opportunities are there for us to put effort and grow. Thousand wrong opportunities of also are there for us to fall down. So by which we grow, by which we fall. To know the intellect also given to us, unlike animals. Then when we use that intellect and know how we grow and do like that only, the growth, the mukti is possible. Knowingly or unknowingly, if we go in the wrong direction, we get into the dukkha. There's no escaping from that. Exactly this is what happened to the Raja Pururava. So he has given up his Swarupa and established or got caught up in the Anyatha Rupa. He is a Samrat, Chakravarti, Naradeva, Shikhamani, Raja. All that it is Swarupa. But that he gave up. And Anyatha Rupa he entered into the slave to Urvashi, Sukha Bhoga. Therefore he was in Dukkha and Bandhana. Now how to come out of this Bandhanam also? Same thing. He give a Vanyata Rupa, establish in Swarupa. Now, this particular portion of 26th chapter, in the song of Aila or Ila, Putra or Pururava, we see how by diligent intellectual inquiry every day, we have to come out of the Anyata Rupa and establish in Swarupa. The 4-5 steps are like this. First is what? Become Dukhi, thank God. For all the wrongdoing, we will be definitely punished in the world. After becoming Dukhi, recognize that we are Dukhi. Is it not? Then the desire had to come out of that. Then what is that which made me to enter into that Dukkha? That Swatma Chintanam, the introspection we have to do. And in that introspection, we come to know the two causes for our dukkha, the outer resources and myself. Outer resources never are in our control. Therefore, slowly by removing from our mind the wrong notion that the outer resource is a cause of inner dukkha, come to the conclusion that the inner me only the cause of dukkha. And inner me only does one wrong thing, wrong decision, wrong action, therefore suffering. Then how to eliminate all that? That is what is the training given to us, called as the Pratipaksha Bhavana or Dosha Drushti. Before that, we have to, before embarking on the path of Anyata Rupa Tyaga and Sarupa Vyavastha, what all in all helps us all the time is Bhagavan. Therefore, do pranam to Bhagavan. Surrender to Bhagavan. Pray to Bhagavan. Ki, oh Lord, other than you, there is nobody to protect me. Now I am coming into your line of guidance that I want to come out of this Anyatha Rupa, wanting to establish in Sarupa. Please help me at every moment. This is what is the Shamno Mitraha, Yashandasam, Vishwabha Vishwarupaha, Avahanti Vitanvana. All that we studied in the morning Upanishad is asking Paramatma to be always with us when we start our journey. So first one is Dukkha. Second is recognize Dukhi. Dukh mein hai. Third, desire to come out of it. Fourth, just think what are the reasons. One is outer, second is inner. Understand that outer cannot be reason because that will not enter into my life unless I allow. Therefore, who is the one? I only. Where I am wrong in my own inner being. The moment I start finding myself to be the cause of dukkha and I want to come out of it, I become spiritual. First thing in spirituality is seeking Bhagavan because ultimately Mamaya prapadyante maya metam taranti. Only those who do prapatti to God that they'll be able to cross Maya. That principle you have to hold. Therefore, first pray to Him, to the Lord, to be with us, to help us in this new journey. In the earlier journeys, we were taking wrong decision, we were running behind the world, we were getting kicked by the world like Gada and Bhans. Go Karavat. Besharmi se. Murkham Panditamaninam. Dhingmam. now on the right path. Please be with us, O God. Then one first step is what? The reasons because of which we were doing all wrong. We must know. And even though when we know, those things cannot be given up easily. Therefore, as much as possible, we have to do the very strong, powerful, regular, the Pratipaksha Bhavana of that sort of lifestyle which has ended us into the problem. While doing it at the same time, slowly, then what is that which totally pulls me out of it? Only this is the pursued spiritual, and that is helped to us only by the Guru and Satsanga. Therefore, positive side continuously, because if the mind is left free, again it goes back into old ruts or old miseries. थोड़ा भी मौका नहीं देना उसको. Keep on engaging it in the satsang. Keep on engaging till till that sat vastu is thoroughly understood, sad vastu is pursued by all means, and sad vastu is experienced. Then establish in that. Then be there only, not giving even a chance before, during, even after. That's in samam praptam na chalayet. Never forget that sentence of Mandukya Upanishad. You might have reached the samasthiti, yet don't give a chance. Even little chance you give, chalayeta, again there is a danger. So, in this sequence of helping ourselves to give up the Anyatha Rupam and establishing the Swarupa Vyavastha, we saw Pururava, he scolded himself, then he thought she is the reason, then he said, I was involving with her for so many years, yet there is no Trupti. In fact, the Kamana is never ending. Thereafter, he just prayed to the God, I want to come out. Oh Lord, my chitta is apahruta by the Pumshali. Other than you, Bhagavana Dokshaja, who can free. So with the trust on you, I am starting my new way of thinking. Then in my first thinking, to eliminate the unnecessary effort outside to find solution. How to do that? He just thought about her. And this time when he thought about her, he did not think about her, the sukha bhoga he got from her. He did not think about her, the kick she gave and went and gave all frustration. He thought about the third aspect. Luckily, in his case, there is a direct bodha given by her. In other cases, indirectly, in that episode itself, you have to understand the bodha. So he says, Bodhi tasyapi devyame. Yeah? And every disappointment, every ditching and cheating, which we receive from the times, from the situations, from the world, from the prarabdha, through any of the beings, we should take it as the unsung song. Song which is not sung in words. What is the song that is sung in words? Don't be with me or behind me. I will cheat you. I will deceive you. I am a pumschali. That is what the situation, the object, the people, the sukha are singing the song silently. We have to catch. For him, luckily, she sang that she spoke it loudly only. Yesterday we saw what are the bodhas she gave to him. You are such a great king. Don't fall to this level. Don't trust anybody in the world, especially this type of attitudes. They are like the burkaha. They are the cruel, the jackals and all that. She spoke. So we should learn this lesson from the situations around. So thus, by saying so, we have to remove the other outer world as a cause for our dukkha and come inside. Now here one of the important is from how many lives or in this life also, how deeply and strongly we are caught up in the world we don't know. Therefore, one or two or three or both will not be sufficient. That is what he said here. I am Durmati, still so strong in wrong conviction. Then Ajitatma, again and again my senses or mind are seeking the same Bhoga Sukha. Therefore, the Manogata Mahamoha is not easily leaving me. Even though she spoke to me with all the Sukta Vakya. So, Devyaha Suktavakyena Bodhitasyapi me manaha. My mind, manogata mahamoha na apayati. Therefore, what are the three things we have to do sadhana by which quickly we come out of the problem with the causes? First is bodhitaha. Second is what? Jitatma. Third, sanmati. Or bodhitaha, sanmati, jitatma. Bodhitaha, get educated. Sanmati, get convinced. Jitatma, while practicing, get out of the slavery to the antakarana, mana, indriyas. When these three are done, even though that Maha is there in the mana very deeply, slowly, slowly, abhayati, it starts going away. In what attempt it will not. Second, third, fourth attempt. Once in a while in between we fail. Still we get up and again take up. Keep that goal, ki I must come out of it. Then with every success, learn from it and be strong in the discipline and control. With every failure, feel regretted and guilty within on that how did I fall. Then learn from that and again empower next time that commitment to not involve. In this way, we have to through the bodha, second is sanmati, third one is jitatma. In that way, we have to go on doing. Okay, and at the final level, not only this life, any number of lives I have to have. My goal is only to know Lord, no Lord KNOW, no other thing other than Him I am going to involve. This pakka thing we have to sow the seed and go on watering it every day. Go on watering it, it becomes such a big tree yielding the fruits. The fruits are only doing Adhyatmic sadhana every moment. Wherever sadhana is possible, be there. Wherever it is disturbed, don't go there. This is how we have to consciously understand, help us, ourselves. So, manogato mahamoha nabhayati means what? It will not go away, is away. I told you, prajnanavanapi, panditopi, chaturopi, atyanta sukshma arthadruka, vyalidastamasa naveti bahuda, sambodhidopi sputam, bhrantyaropitameva sadhu kalayati, alambate tadgunan. Hantaso prabala durantatamasah, shaktir mahatyavurtihi. So the three things, the taste of that sukha, the habit, third the asha will not allow us to leave that easily. Taste of it, you enjoyed it, and the habit you involved in it. Then the asha, it will come to me again. That will not allow us easily to come out of it. It's very few people who are there. The moment they get into the dukkha, they understand the cause of dukkha as a person or anything, are able to give up in one go. They are very lucky people. They must be either Parama Vairagi in so many lines or a ruthless Rakshasas they are. That also helps. That's what Urvashi. She just kicked him like a Gadha and Bans. She never had any interaction. Why? Yeah, you said those two sheep should be protected as well as you want. You should. I should not be seen like that. Hua hai? It was not deliberately happened. Some those Gandharvas came. They were looting it. He only shouted, cried. So to protect them only, I went there. So why don't you look into the case and at least dilute or withdraw your this commitment that you will go away leaving me. थोड़ा सोचो ना उसने मौका ही नहीं दिया she said that it means what? How ruthless she is. She also enjoyed. She also indulged. She only loved. In fact, according to ninth skandam, she only came and offered herself to him. And she said, "You're such a great king. Anybody is attracted to you." He also says, "If you yourself come, then how can anybody say no?" It was mutual. It's always mutual. But she is ruthless. He was not. Understood? Just case study what we are doing here. Now, here what he says is what? It is not going away from my mind easily, though she taught. Now, what is to be there? After she taught Bodhitasyapi, she or anybody Guru Shastra, then through the Mananam, we have to become the Durmati to Sanmati. Durmati is not, I can't give up. Sanmati is, I will give up and I do my sadhana. That conviction. Followed by practice. Practice is Jitendriya. And again remember. Again and again remember. Again. So that so much I wasted my time, my indulgence in that. ये सोच के धीरे धीरे that mano gata maha moha, we have to come out. Why I am pausing so much here? Why we are discussing these things so long? Is not just that we can't go ahead or any other reason. This is the main crux we are not understanding. This, in other words, is what is said in other shastras, in other contexts. Unless totally from the root, this moha is eliminated, it will relapse. Okay, na? It will relapse it like a disease. पूरा एलिमिनेट नहीं करो, थोड़ा है तो रिलैप्स हो जाएगा. शेषम तो होना ही नहीं चाहिए. So first we have to be convinced that without any shesha, we have to eliminate the total attachment, total indulgence. So that next lives, even this life, no more we should be troubled. थोड़ा भी बचा के रखते हैं ना, इवन आशा का हो या कोई अपेक्षा का हो, फिर वो हमको ना दोबारा उस दलदल में कीचड़ में फेंक देगा. See, these four things in Shastra said should be destroyed or rejected completely without leaving even little bit. सोच करके 99.9% I eliminated, only 0.01% is there. How does it matter? No. The four things are Shatru, Runa, Roga and Agni. It is called as Shesham. Shatru Shesham. You cannot leave even one enemy. 2000 enemies are there. 1999 you killed. One fellow you left. That fellow is enough to find when we are inadvertent, attack and kill. Or he'll go somewhere and gather his own strength, he will attack. That is why the Rajas never leave the Shatru Shesha. You have to kill the final one. Then only you can relax. Second is what? Aruna Shesha. The loans taken. Completely if you don't remove, little bit you leave, then through all these compound interest, that interest slowly, अनजाने में इतना बढ़ता है. Suddenly you get that much of bill or all that, you get frightened कि I can't pay this much. Therefore, Runa Shesham should not be there. Clear चुकता पूरा दे देना, whatever the bond, stamp paper are there, ले लो, फिर ऑडियो रिकॉर्ड, वीडियो रिकॉर्ड सब करके जैसे फाड़ कर करना है. आजकल तो लोग हर तरह से चीटिंग करने को तैयार होते हैं. ऋण शेषम, थोड़ा अग्नि शेषम. इन द इवनिंग यू हैव क्वेंच्ड द फायर, बट थोड़ा छोड़ दी, लिटिल हवा लग गया, इधर उधर से कागज आ गए उसमें, स्लोली इट कैचेस. देखते देखते द होल इन इंडिया तो एवरी डे देयर इज सम बर्निंग और द अदर इन सम और द अदर कॉर्नर. ज़्यादातर दिल्ली में होता है, नहीं तो तमिलनाडु में. यस्टरडे दोनों जगह पे तमिलनाडु, ऑल दोस crackers shop, every 1 week, every 1 month it happens, which are 1% died. And in Delhi, in that plastic go down today. Something they might have left little, it will catch up. यार मेरे को भूल गया, वो थोड़ा छोड़ दिया, कोई गल नहीं, ऐसा नहीं सोचता है वो फायर. Then the fourth one is roga shesham. Little bit disease you neglect ना, चले तो करके, then slowly it will catch up again when the immunity is less or situations are conducive to it. To those four, we can add the fifth one, the Kama Shesham or Asakti Shesham or the Asha Shesham. Asha Shesham को रहने नहीं देना. Totally reject, that's it. Otherwise the days, the lives will go on. Then दरवाजे पे खड़े होकर देखते रहते हैं, आज नहीं तो कल आएगा आएगा आएगा, आने वाला कोई नहीं आएगा. Remember that time, the Pingala story. How she was panting, sweating, running in and out, waiting for those. Nobody came. She became so frustrated that then she learnt, Ashaye paramam dukkham, nairashyam paramam sukham. This is what we are all talking about. His feeling ki, she taught me, but in my mind, Maha Moha is so strong, it is not going easily. So it is recognized. Treatment we told. First thing is, it will not go easily because very deeply rooted it is. But it will not be that it will not go if you put effort. Put effort or remember under the bodha again and again and again and again till the sanmati comes. Sanmati is I can come out of it, I will come out of it, I must come out of it. That's called sanmati. Then how to do? Ajitendriya nahi, ajitatma nahi, jitatma bano. In the jitatma, only one thing, involve your deha and mana and indriya only in something positive or paramatma. Keep on doing that. The more we do that, the more all this mano, gata, maha, moha will go away. Sometime in between it is remembered or all that. So what? Don't we remembering it? It happens not only in this type of cases of somebody cheating like Uroshi and all. Here, in case of the mother died or father died, so those first few months, so much pain, dukkha, very close ones if they die, bereavement. There, the bodha is nobody is permanent. But Manogata Mahamoha doesn't go easily. But only why it happened to me, I should have died earlier, some more years that person would have lived. Oh, all that. But at that time, Bodha, Sanmati, then Ajitatma. What is Jitatma here? Put yourself in some positive work. And you will see, luckily, Bhagavan ki kripa hai, he made instruments in this way. How much ever I am dukhi when the incident happens, after few years, so you can see in yourself somehow all that goes away. You know, remember to whom you cried so much when somebody left you few years back. It can be a place, it can be any profession, it can be a friend, it can be your own very close relative. अब देखो पीछे मुड़कर उतना नहीं होता. It is God's grace in the creation. Else nobody can move ahead. With the thousands of things I attach to, and each one of them cheating me, and if I'm lost in them, I can't put even one foot forward. एक कदम भी आगे नहीं रख सकता. ये कृपा है भगवान का. बट हम उसको जल्द से जल्द यूज करने से क्विकली वी कम आउट ऑफ प्रॉब्लम एंड वी मूव अहेड. In any case, don't give undue value to anything. Don't get involved in indulgent in any bhoga sukha, especially the people. Then you will have to undo it. That will be so painful and difficult. Then be wise enough, like putting the oil on the body while taking in a cold river bath. It won't, the water doesn't stick much to the deha. So to wearing all sweaters, etc. सर्दियों में बचने के लिए, like that leaf of lotus. With these examples, in every involvement, superficial. Spiritual things we have to do very deeply. Other things superficial. Like morning, I spoke the other way of thing in the Vishnu Sahasranama class very exhaustively. Deeply involving, superficially involving. Okay, now after understanding that, this one, Ajitatma Durmati, even though she taught me, my mind, I am not able to pull out of that problem. Then first thing he did was, she is innocent. Kimetaya naha apakrutam rajvava sarpachetasah rajjuh swarupa vidushaha yah aham yad ajitendriya. Now it is a pure and complete Vedantic thought. And lucky for me that you are with me 2 years studying all Shastra, that I am happy that I can talk on this, explain to you with faith that you will understand, which is not very elaborate. Thing is very small. But the new people who are never tuned to Vedanta, they can't understand this thing. The simple thing is what? Literal meaning is, she did not do any apakara to me. It was not her mistake. Oh. And the example is Rajju Sarpa. She is Rajju Sthaniya, innocent. In that Rajju, I saw the rope. That in her I saw a bhoga vastu. I have seen my bhoga in her. It is I who saw the snake. How can the serpent, the rope is the cause for my bondage? Rope is innocent always. I am pausing here for you to catch. Because the entire Vedanta spirituality is only on this. Here is a specific case of Urvashi. There it is a specific case of seeing a snake on the rope. In general, every time, what is in front of us is only Bhagwan, which is Rajusthaniya. In that, we only superimpose the snake called as the very glittering, beautiful Nama Rupatmaka Jagat. It is our mistake. That is what the next few shlokas, Aho Subhadram Suvanasam Susmitam Chamukam Striyaha, all that he will so sarcastically he'll talk. He will not sarcasm, he is his own thought. But when a guru speaks, he humorously speaks like that. कि तुम कैसे अपने मनमानी के द्वारा वो बेवकूफ़ी में खूबी देखा और फंस गए धस गए. If this is clicking to us, and that's what I said 3-4 minutes back, it is our undue value importance given, which makes us involve unduly, after which to come out is becoming difficult. That story of Sumati, Mandamati, Kalamati. दिमाग वाला फंसेगा ही नहीं. थोड़ा कम दिमाग में है वाला एम वक्त पर बाहर आएगा. जो सड़ा दिमाग है वो फंस ही रहेगा. He will be caught. That Mandamati fish is caught by the fisherman and it is end of its life. Luckily, he has become Kalamati here, our Pururava. At least right time he started contemplating coming out. Sumati hota, so he would have not even involved in her. Mandamati hai, so he will commit suicide, I can't live without you, that sort of thing. He was in that mood, but he did not stay. He came to the Kalamati level. By inquiry, he became Sumati. And then he helped himself. So, it is me who is superimposing the Rupanamatmaka Jagatan Paramatma. It is me who is thinking or imagining or wanting that Rupanama to be permanent. It is me who, in my own mind, painting the Sukha Buddhi about those name and form of the world in my mind. Then it is me only I am running behind it. It's all my mistake. The example is, it's my mistake of seeing a snake on the rope, not the rope's mistake. It's not Jagat's mistake. Jagat is expression of Paramatma. In the Jagat, the Satyatva, the Nityatva, the Sukhatva, and the point that I can't be without it, all that are our ignorance, our imagination. This is called Moha. This is called Aviveka. Only with Aviveka it happens. When you do Viveka, all this goes away. That's what we are studying, Druk Drishya Viveka. That the Druk never depends on Drishya. You are the Druk, including your own Upadhis. Entire world of Rupanama is Drishya. You have to command it, not become slave to it. Again, I am reading this sloka, the result of which is, it is my fault that I only imagined superimposed. Kim etaya naha apakrutam. Naha ante to me. It is for us or to me. Etaya kim apakrutam. Etaya punshalya. Etaya urvashya. Kim apakrutam. Apakrutam is apakara karna. What apakara did she do? She did not. It is me. Rajvava sarpa chetasaha. It is sarpa in my chitta, not in the Rajju. Rajju Swarupa Avidushaha. And I was the one who was not knowing the Swarupa of the Rajju. As it is the rope, I did not know. Because of that, I superimposed on it the snake. Then I went on suffering. So she is the Rajjustaniya. She is not permanent. She'll go. That is understanding about her as Rajju. Then the superimposition that she should be mine, she should be with me all the way. This all Sarpa imagination will not be there. So he says, I did not know the rope as rope. I only have seen the snake on her. Then I only, because of non-control of my senses, I only ran out of fear because it's a snake example. Here, Ajitendriya word I am explaining. Truth is not known. The untrue thing is imagined on that. And with uncontrolled senses, I indulged. Now, very cautious. Be careful. Therefore, where is the first sadhana here? First sadhana is from Ajitendriya to become Jitendriya. Means give a pause in that indulgence. Stop to involve for some time. That is called as all the Upavasadi Vrata. After stopping and giving a break, now use the brain to think. When the brain is used to think, slowly the truth is understood. When the truth is understood, all the imagination automatically goes away. Okay? This in technical words is called Paramatma is there as it is, but not seen, that's called Avarana. Then instead of him, the whole Namarupatmaka Jagat is seen, Vikshepa. Then once the Jagat is seen, outward that Jagat through senses and mind go on indulging. He is called Samsara. What I have to do? Give a pause to that indulgence. Then use the brain given, Dimak. Then inquire about the whole world. Then you will discover what is there is in Paramatma. When the Paramatma, the Satya, the Vidya, the Jnana is gained, first thing is the Avarana or Avidya goes away. The moment Avidya goes away, the Avarana, Vikshepa will not stay. When I use my brain and think, I will see the rope because rope is always there. The moment rope is seen, the avarana of the rope has gone away. Avarana bhanga kehte hai usko. When the avarana or the cover of the snake gone away, rope gone away, in the discovery of the rope as it is, even a movement also the snake cannot be, the vikshepa cannot be. Because for the vikshepa, the cause was avarana. When the avarana is removed, vikshepa karya, vikshepa is the effect, cannot be there. Once you see the rope, you can't say, अच्छा आधा rope है, आधा snake है. या सुबह rope है, शाम को snake है. They totally have opposite nature. It cannot be. See, that is how use intellect, use viveka, discover through help of Shastra and Guru what is the truth, what is reality. From that standpoint, start learning to see the world. That's called Dushtim Jnanavayam Krutva. ज्ञान को पाकर ज्ञान के दृष्टि से देखो तो एवरीथिंग इज ब्रह्म एवरीथिंग इज आत्मा देन हाउ कैन यू सी एनी रूप नाम देन वेयर इज द चांस ऑफ गेटिंग बाउंड so to drishtim bhakti mein grutva see with the bhakti eyes everything is my own beloved God, so there's nothing to take, there's no bhoga, there's only seva, there's only all the devotion, that's all. Where is the binding? Now, these things have to go very deeply into our heart. So here he has taken the case back from the on Urvashi. He filed a case. She is the culprit for my dukkha. They understood she is innocent like the rope. I only imagined the serpent because I did not know the rope as rope. Now I have known, therefore she is innocent. We have to please see that. We have to withdraw from the world. Both as the cause of dukkha, cause of sukha, cause of samsahaya. No. It is me who have to take the help of God, Guru, Shastra and help myself. Withdraw from the people. Become introverted. Okay? Now, from here, the next 1, 2, 3, 4 sloka, the sample of dosha, drushti and pratipaksha bhavana is shown in one aspect. One aspect of his particular case. His case was, he was infatuated to that Urvashi because of her beauty. So in that beauty of the body, he imposed so much of sukha, he was attracted to her. Therefore, that guna drushti on her beauty made him get attached to her. Now he is seeing the dosha drushti, so that attachment goes away. And this practice is to be done by anyone, everyone, and therefore said in almost all the shastras in one way or the other. So here he is caught up in the रूपा, therefore रूप रूपी जो शरीर है उसका दोष जो natural है, shortcoming जो natural है, he is understanding. So that the inner long attachments which were there because of aviveka and moha, they go away. Same principle we have to apply from whatever we want to get detached after knowing that they are obstruction for my spiritual sadhana. पहली बात समझ लेना, only when I become spiritual sadhaka to know the truth, that all these exercise will work. Otherwise, we may do all these exercise to come out of one problem only to enter into the other. His case is like that of, there is a कहावत in Telugu कि क्या कहते हैं ना, तवे से उड़कर सीधा जाकर उसमें कहते हैं आग में ही गिर गया. है ना? रोटी ना सेकते सेकते तवे से उड़ गया और जाकर वो तंदूर में ही गिर गया। तवे में तो थोड़ा थोड़ा जलता है, तंदूर में पूरा राख होता है वो। ఏంది? పెనం మించి పొయ్యిలో పడ్డం. దట్స్ కాల్డ్ ఇన్ తెలుగు. You understand? Only the basic thing is I must be spiritual, I must know the truth. Only this pursuit, when is strong, that we stop again and again falling prey to the temptations and indulgences. That is why the first thing, right from childhood only, the goal should be put in the heart that the Brahma Atma alone is goal. चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, वेदर ही विल लाइक इट और नॉट, ही विल डू इट और नॉट, बात की बात। पहले वो सत्य है, एवरी जीवा is evolving only to know the truth. Especially every human being is born only to know his divine being. Remember this truth, even if the 750 crores of people of the globe at this moment write against it, still it won't change, because truth doesn't depend on the majority or minority. Truth depends on its own strength. A human life is fulfilled only in discovering the divinity in him. Is a truth remains on its own strength, even though the entire world is against it. This is very essential. So that truth we have to gather. The Shastra was in that first. Only in knowing Paramatma there is freedom from all problems once for all. That is technically said in Shastra, which we very superficially understand. What I said, Yad Gatva na nivartante. Having reached to whom, I don't come back to the older problems again. That is the meaning of na nivartante. Vapas nahi aata. Vapas into the life of bondage, life of all the dukkha. Only in knowing Paramatma and truth. That is a thing which is proved through millions of cases. Right from creation till now, even now, whoever have taken refuge at the feet of Lord or pursued and discovered the Lord, permanently they have come out of the problem. Anybody who have not done that, they might have put efforts to come out of so many problems, but again they entered into another problem. Permanent solution भगवान के चरण में. Permanent solution is only आप्तकामित्वे, sorry, आत्मकामित्वे व आप्तकामित्व. See that Taittiriya Upanishad, Sambandha Bhashya is so powerful. How he explained to us. The bondage is because of the experience in the world. They come because it's the phala. Phala comes because of karma. Karma depends on the kamana. And the kamana is only a sense of incompleteness in me that is born because I don't know that I am a complete person. That avidya of my own essential nature made me feel that I am incomplete, created a hollowness in me, out of which a terrible thing came called as kamana. It is making me do the kama karma. Then that is yielding the result to me, to get which I have to go on jumping from one situation to the other. This is called samsara. So only by vidya, that aham brahmasmi, that the avidya goes away, that aham jivosmi. Then only the kamana, that through this or that upadhi, by getting this or that thing, that I become sukhi, that entire wrong notion goes away. See, this notional and national and international problem it is. How much ever the science grows in its discovery, still it is in groping in darkness in its foolishness if it thinks that there is sukha outside. There may be comforts outside, not sukha. And comfort is not sukha. Because the comforts go and come and go. And any comfortable chair, sofa, you sit, after half an hour, it feels discomfort only. Because it is independent and it is on the sthula deha. The sukha is atma sukha, which is independent, which is permanent. Hope you are catching every thought. Be attentive. This portion is so crucial, giving me a chance to deliberate so detailedly to call out or bring out whatever is studied in all our Shastras regarding this subject. And the subject is come once and once for all out of the problems, never to enter in it again. If this much little effort of few days of thoroughly listening, studying, understanding, we can't put it, then we can't even start the journey of coming out of problem. This is the way it is. And everyone have to think like that for themselves, a sample of which we are doing in the class. Then only that sigh of relief that I have understood what is the cause of problem and I removed that cause. Now there is no problem. That sigh of relief will come only there. Hmm? Think. So in the Upanishad also Bhashyam we have seen, and also in our own understanding we have very come to clear understanding. So now here the Guna Drushti made us bound with the desires. Dosha Drushti will help us to reduce the desire and come out. Pratipaksha of dosha. That's what. Shama, the manaka shama. Control the mind is called shama in Vedanta. How to achieve that shama? When this is explained by Bhagavan Shankara, he uses this word only. Virajya Vishaya Vratat Dosha Drushtya Muhurmuhu Swalakshe Niyatavastha Manasah Shama Uchyate. देखो Virajya Vishavarata, Dosha Drishtya Mahurmuhu. Again and again, by Dosha Drishti, come out of the Vishavarata and equally put your mind in the Swalaksha. That is called Shama of the Mana. Beautiful thought it is. When we study that text, we'll see. We'll do that also, Ekchodaman in English. Fast 5-10 slokas, literal meaning, because itne बार हमारे एक text में quote कर रहे हैं तो most of the things you know it. Now I tell you a funny, interesting opposite example. The case of Gautama Buddha. You know, in his Jyotishya, it was told he will give up everything, become a sannyasi. Then his father said, how can it happen, my son? He should become the king and all that. Then what did he do? He gave him such a sukha and bhoga of the Raja to get attracted. But inside the heart, there is a great sannyasi. The father was trying his best, not allowing me to come out of anything. You know, if any of such sign which inspires him to become a bhikshu comes, he will take him. ये भी वो ज्योतिष ने हिंट किया. Then he never allowed his son to go to see that place where he will see something by which he becomes sannyasi. But you know that day what happened? When he with friends started moving somewhere, these are the three things he saw. I am telling you a totally ulta example. The difference in our example is in us a jiva with all bhoga vasanas is there. To this fellow, through senses, little bhoga vastu is shown, he will jump and pounce on it like a bhogi samsari. Therefore, you and I have to never go there using the pratipaksha bhavana. In him, there is a sannyasi samskara. The father was trying not to give him a chance to expose to such a situation that he will kick the kingdom and everything and go to become a sannyasi. But the world has to have such a great avatar and a saint to guide millions. Is it not? Therefore, see those three examples. First he saw a person, tadap. He asked, what is happening to that jiva, that person? He said, he's suffering. First of all, he asked, what do you mean by suffering? Others were surprised. They had to take some pains to explain. Suffering means dukkha. उनको कभी था ही नहीं वो वाला. चलो, he little try to understand. Then he asked, why did that dukkha suffering came to him? Because he has got this roga. Again he was surprised. What is the meaning of roga? उनको पता ही नहीं था इसके बारे में. Then he said, roga is the disease of the body. He never had that in his life. Then he asked, disease क्या होता है? होता है क्या body के लिए disease? He said, हाँ. They said. Then he got a question. Is this disease happens to everybody? And they said, obviously to everybody. Then he asked to my body also. Are when it is there, definitely the roga will come. Those people, his friends are whoever they may be. वो तो जानते ही ना. Then in him, some gadwad started coming. He, in this body, if the roga comes, I'll have to be like that fellow suffering. The seed was sown in him. Again, as he was going in front, a old man came. Coming, not able to walk, three-legged, two legs and one danda. With it, दिख भी नहीं रहा है, दांत टूटे हुए, all wrinkles and all. Suddenly got first of all frightened. Buddha, Bhagavan. He said, what is the Jantu coming? I am seeing first time. They laughed and said, it is not a Jantu, it is a human. He never imagined because father protected him not to see that. He said, but he looks so funny. What is it is? It is called as old age. He said, what do you mean by old age? Old age is what you are saying. The khas raha hai ho. है ना कफ वात पित्त ये प्राण प्रयाण समय कफ वात पित्त all become imbalanced, the coughing, the sneezing, every joint start paining. It is so dukkha. Eyes stop seeing, ears stop listening, digestion system goes away, tooth break, teeth break. He said, does it happen to everybody? Yeah, everybody. Means me also? He got so frightened when they said, yes, ye wala young deha with all things intact. Looking at that one, unka to आधा कलेजा बाहर ही आ गया. Not that way out of dukkha, but the dispassion. Seeds. Then as he was going ahead, he saw some people crying and moving. And when that group was going, behind them, some cart, palak way, somebody is sleeping and they took. Then they said, he asked them, why he is sleeping? Why are they taking? He said, oh Maharaj, he is not sleeping. He is called as dead. Then he got again surprised. What do you mean by the death? Death means after which you are not available to this world is not available to you. Gone. Then that body will be burnt only. Do you mean to say everybody will die? Yeah, me also. Yeah. The moment these three were heard by him, he just wanted to reach to that stage where there is no death, there is no death, there is no disease, there is no old age. And his intellect worked because such a powerful samskara of so many lives, ki death, disease, and old age come to the body. Then we have to discover that identity which is beyond the deha. Thus, he sat under the tree. Shariram va padayami, karyam va sadhayami. In the deep meditation, the Buddha who sat there got up from there, having become the Buddha, the enlightened man. See, his case is different. He had deep adhyatmika samskara, which is father of stopping. Here we have such a worldly samskara, which we and Guru will have to stop. And one of the thing here training given is the dosha drushti pratipaksha bhavana. Here in this four sloka, the dosha drushti pratipaksha bhavana is done with regard to stula deha. Because all our samsara starts with deha tada. And this Bhagavan puts us in the deha moha so powerfully that inside he puts such a dirtiest matter but covers outside with an outer skin which is not even a micrometer centimeter thickness, but that is enough to delude us. In the same way, not only in the deha, in every other thing, you can look at it that then we develop the dosha drishti, then that will help us to come out of that manogata mahamoha. And before we study these four slokas, which is a 10 minutes thing, patat ho jayega, the general dosha in all things are, they are drishyam, they are jadam, they are all parinami, they slowly get destroyed, nashwaram. So how can we get caught up in this nashwara vastus? When there is anashwara or shashvata paramatma is there, which is in the form of drukrupa and which is not a binding thing because it's your own self, why don't you go for it? So with the desire for the permanent growing in us, knowing all this to be temporary, we can withdraw from that. It won't happen again one day. Same sentence 200 times we have to listen, and then 300 times we have to think. Then that clicks to us. What is to be sought is permanent. Only Bhagavan is permanent. Anybody, anything other than is temporary, I should not go for it. That is called a Pratipaksha Bhavana complete. And hold on to that. What is dosha drishti? Anything is temporary. I want permanent. All this temporary. I don't want it. This is a pakka, and the price paid for it is only a deep contemplation and thinking on the facts. But the price paid is this one, and the gained thing, the object gained is what? Total freedom from those things which bind us one after the other life, which give us liberation. देखो कितना बढ़िया है। कीमत छोटा है, फायदा बहुत बड़ा है। कीमत क्या है? विचारणा करना, contemplation. फायदा is never ever again you fall trap to any more pumschali or urvashi of any type. Is it not? ये वाला। और देखो हर बंदा when he goes to deep dukkha always commits कि I'll not do this mistake again. But because he did not take the permanent Paramatma as the goal deeply in the heart, that emptiness again makes him seek something. Therefore, even though it may be a gap of few years, sometime in life, again he will involve in some or the other urvashi. It can be name or fame or power or money. Therefore, permanent freedom only is when we seek the truth and reach the truth. Seek the eternal and reach the eternal. There's no other way. If you don't seek it, then you will seek this one. When you don't reach one, you reach this one. But this being non-eternal, it will ditch or deceive or cheat one day. This not knowing that I must seek the permanent and running behind temporary is called moha. Now understood what is moha? शाश्वत को छोड़कर अशाश्वत को पकड़ना, नित्य को छोड़कर अनित्य को, सत्य को छोड़कर असत्य को, सुख को छोड़कर दुख, मोक्ष को छोड़कर बंधन को, आत्मा को छोड़कर अनात्मा. In whichever the language, every guru in a different time, in different text to different times and to different students have put in different words, but the point is same. एक एक उपनिषद में, एक एक शास्त्र में जो अलग अलग समय में आए हैं, एग्जाम्पल्स अलग होते हैं, द वे ऑफ सेइंग अलग होता है, point is same. Clear? From today onwards, let us develop that dosha drishti pratipaksha bhavana towards all those indulgences which are certainly going to make us disappointed, frustrated, miserable, bound, as it happened to Pururava. It did not happen to us. And only one thing, in the Paramatma Anubhuti, there is moksha. About that, we should have this swapaksha bhavana. And till that time that I am a seeker, I must seek the truth, is strongly made in us, we should go on doing it. Even after that also. This is how, whether it is spiritual sadhana, whether it is devotional aspects, whether it is self-control, whether it is sense control, whether it is following values, following the dharma, opposite of this always will attack us. Opposite of this always will attack us. We have to be strong in these convictions, then only we practice them and protect ourselves from the enemy. मुझे धार्मिक जीवन जीना है, ये एक दिन की बात नहीं. Every day the dharma will come and tempt us. Throughout the life, I have to be committed to dharma by convinced about it. Once you leave it and start doing adharma, it becomes habit again. Like the snake or ladder, snake की तरह नीचे आ जाते हैं उस खेल में, सांप और सीढ़ी वाला. So to values. Anytime when you have value of honesty, truthfulness, forgiveness, the opposite of it come tempting us, threatening us. It is only our conviction throughout life we have to practice. Then only we will be protected. It's not that because I have entered a spiritual path or I have become a good person, that the non-spiritual or the worldliness will stop troubling me. No. It will go on till the last moment. It will go on. That's a Nitya Vairi it is called. Eternal enemy till the last moment. These are all to be known. नहीं तो हम ये सवाल पूछेंगे, अब मैंने कुछ दिन कंट्रोल किया फिर से क्यों हो गया. ये कुछ दिन की बात नहीं है, जिंदगी भर होना होता है. कुछ दिन तो कोई भी करेगा. Is it not? कोई anybody hospitalized, definitely he'll give up TV for 10 days. आजकल तो टीवी में भी लगाते हैं, क्योंकि ना जब भगवान का नाम लेने की आदत नहीं है. यूजलेस स्टूपिड फेलोस, buffalo-like life they lived in the whole life. Therefore, they can't be even in the hospital. Take Lord's name for this stupid fellow's sake. The TV has to be put there. Same nonsense again. He'll watch. शर्म नहीं आता. I to blame those fellows. अब क्या करें? You are hospitalized. Even now, if you don't, you are insulting Kabir Das. दुख में सुमिरन सब करें. In that sub, you are not there. You are substandard. That even the dukha you want TV only. Useless. Understanding the thought, how funny the world is. People are, we should not get trapped into that. Always remember, आखिरी दम तक समस्याएं होते रहते हैं. हमको अपने सारे इन डिसिप्लिन्स को बरकरार रखना है. कभी नहीं कहना मैंने कुछ दिन किया. मतलब मैं एग्जाम्पल दे रहा था. ए half-dressed person definitely gives up their indulgence for some days or any other compulsion, any other immediate urgent work, not under compulsion, out of our own choice, born out of the wisdom that we have to give up the things, take up Paramatma. ये अपना जीवन है, खुद को डिसाइड करना. घर में रिश्ते नाते आए हैं, so naturally those 5 days all nonsense you stop. That doesn't mean it stopped. When you go away again you start. When you are in a spiritual camp, obviously those 6-7 days you control yourself. But it is not that it is gone away all the time. It is in the influence of 1-2 persons, They ask me, Swamiji, I can't give. They tried 2 days. Third day, we could not give up that smoking. इतना वो दुखी होकर. And one person bag लेके जा रहा है. I asked him, क्या हुआ? He said, I am not able to be without this. I can't tell you, and here it is not allowed, so I can't be in the camp. Then I am telling you secret. मुझे डांटना मत. I told him, camp is important. You paid the money, you stay. You are not able to give it up. Sometime in the afternoon, go out and do that smoking and go and take bath in Ganga or wash your face and all. Drop all that nonsense, then come. He did that and stayed in the camp. I don't know whether he has given it up or not. I don't know him where is he now. Helplessness. But I remember Gurudev's example at that time when Tapan Maharaj has forgiven him for a small mistake, because of which Gurudev was so much devotion to him. Then he realized himself and all that whatever it was, he left that and became such a great saint. मैं ये कह रहा था, not out of compulsion but out of choice, with discrimination and knowledge. If you can come out of the negative involvements, then we have protected ourselves. For that, the price to be paid is the satsanga, manana, chintana, manana. Some days we have to do the manana, chintana of the world and its involvements, indulgences through the pratipaksha, bhavana, dosha, drushti, so that all the kamas, raga, dveshas, whatever are there in the heart are eliminated to a great extent. बाकी सब उपासना के टाइम, पूजा के टाइम, प्रार्थना के टाइम, through your pursuit of truth, they keep going away. But to do these sadhanas, pakka, first of all, we have to spend few days and think about these things with Pratipaksha Bhava and decide and commit that these things I will not involve in. Then the remaining deeper things go away when do the deeper sadhanas. Gita mein kehte hai, Vishaya vinvartante niraharasya dehinah. Same thing will told in the last 3 slokas. Okay, now the Pratipaksha Bhavana, the dosha drushti toward this Stula Deha in 4 slokas, which is there in all our Vivek Chudamani इत्यादि, so many Vairagya Shatakam हर जगह पे है. कहते हैं, देखो, now the connection between earlier sloka, this sloka is what? It was a Rajju, I only thought Sarpa, so it's not a fault of the Rajju. I could not know the Rajju, therefore I imagined Sarpa. In the case of Rajju Sarpa, the Rajju is innocent, the snake is miserable. In the case of the example, the Deha is a Rajju Sthaniya, but uska truth janna hai idhar, knowing that is the worst thing in the world. So when the example comes, it is different, but actual practice में it is उल्टा हो गया. वहाँ रज्जु को प्यार करने से सांप निकल गया, यहाँ देह को प्रतिपक्ष भावना रूपी सत्य के द्वारा उसको छोड़कर परमात्मा को पकड़ना. What he says, क्वायम मलीमसः कायः, क्वायम मलीमसः कायः. Where is this body full of the malinata in that? Malimasah kaya, malinam, mala. The whole body is mala only. Malimasah kaya. You know, malimas. You know, in Viveka Chodamani, Bhagavan Shankarana, when he comes to that height of dosha drishti pratipaksha bhavana, teaching to the disciples regarding Deha, while talking this point, you know what he talks about this body? Mata pitror malodbhutam malamam samayam vapo tyaktva chandalavaduram brahmi bhuya sukhi bhava. Now, those slokas we must study. Keep in life mind. Those slokas, Vivek Chudamani, and the topic of this Garuda Puranam and the Narakas of the 28th Narakas of the 5th Skanda of Bhagavat Puranam, as well as the Vairagya Shaktama Bhartruhari. When these 4-5 are thoroughly studied, we will get the Pratipaksha Bhavana data sufficient. So, Malima Saha, full of mala. Any part of the body, mala. It is a factory of creating only mala. This body. Nothing great about it. If you look at from that angle, that's a fact. The dirty, stupid mind is not allowing us to think about that way. Kayam malimasaha kaya. Is it not so? Malimasaha. 2 days if you don't take bath. Why 2 days in the hot summer में 2 घंटे काफी है. Even after the bath, within 20-15 minutes only, every part of the body again same mala. That is why how many tissue papers they use. You know, those all who want to maintain the beauty of the deha and all. क्या cosmetic, क्या नहीं करते आते हैं. But is any of that is giving remedy? Nirantara mala bhanda. In other place called mala bhanda only. It's a ghada filled with filthy matter. If this way we don't talk about this deha, and here he's talking about his deha and urvashi deha. दोनों में इस देह से करो तो इससे detachment होएगा. Then because of this only attachment to that also will go away. Or the other way around. First do it there and come out of attachment. Then think about your ये भी वही सड़ा है. Let me go into the divine. Kayam malimaya kaya, malimasah kaya. And I told you the other day, out of 84 lakhs Jivarasi, is only human body which is worse than any of the other animals. कोई एनिमल्स के तो शरीर या इसके कुछ काम को आता है. ह्यूमन का ना नथिंग, बिकॉज ऑफ हिज माइंड, हिज वासना, हिज काम क्रोध, इतना डर्टीएस्ट होता है मनुष्य देह. मेरे ख्याल में लायन टाइगर आल्सो कोई खाना नहीं मिला तो मजबूरन आदमी को खाता है. अदरवाइज इट्स हैप्पी टू ईट द एनिमल्स. दे आर वर्स, दे आर बेटर देन ह्यूमन बीइंग. एंड लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, यू नो, it from the astro drushti, when it is seen, astral plane drushti, how dirty the darkest the aura of the body is seen of a person who is total kami bhogi intelligent identified with the deha. कोई अलग दृष्टि होती हो. So kwayam malimasa kaya, where is this stupid body of mala. Then also daurgandhya adi atmakaha, the one which has nothing but durgandha only in that, the dirty bad odor. And ashuchihi, so much ashuchi, impure, dirtiest. So impure and bad odor, and it is malimasaha, full of dirt only. Is it not? And kwa gunaha saumanasyaadhyaha. And what to talk about? The mana with its divine gunas. Of all these sumanaha. Sumanaha means what? The beautiful qualities of devotion to the Lord, service to the Lord, purely loving the jivas, serving them. These are all the sumanas, gunas of the mana. So, mana में इन अच्छे गुणों के द्वारा ऐसा जीवन जीना किस कहाँ की बात है? उसी मन में इस दुर्गंध युक्त, अशुचि युक्त, मलिमस काय से तादात्म्य के कारण वो कामादि विकारों में जीना कहाँ है? दिस व्हाट द पॉइंट. Living a life of kamadi vikara because of identifying with this body in the mind. And the body's lakshanas are told. How worst is this life? On the other hand, in the mind, all the divine values, virtues are there. To fulfill those virtues, living a beautiful, noble life of service, sacrifice, devotion, love, worship, not the kamadi vikara. With Dehadi Tadatmya, Kamadi Vikara. With the Sadgunadi Tadatmya, Adbhuta Jivana of the nobility. Yeah? What is I am means is talking from the mind standpoint. In the mind with the Sadgunas, when I can live a great divine noble life. Same the mind, the Durguna of the Kamadi came and I am lost in this life. Why those came? Because the mind got attached with the body. How? Not thinking, not doing Viveka. It was Aviveka. Now the Viveka is done. And in the Viveka, as though, although we have put it in a abominable face or the word, but it is a truth that the body is Malimasai, Durganda Yukta, it is Ashuchi, it is not imagination or superimposition or blame. It is a fact of it. Everybody knows how Malina Yukta Ashuchi the Deha is and how Durganda Yukta it is. This is a fact only. अब उसको हम कॉस्मेटिक से अलग छुपाते हुए इसको सुगंध बनाने की कोशिश में फंसे जा रहे. If one deeply thinks in this way, no, he will definitely have the desire to rise above Deha Tadatmya and enter into Sukshma Jivanam. And because of this only, those yogis do such a terrible tapasya, first of all, to go beyond this Bhuloka, Bhuvarloka, Suvarloka, the three Vyaharatis, then they go into Maharjanoloka, where there are no this dirty Stula Shariras. They only have Divya Sharira. The light bodies they are called, Ligst. In the Divya Sharira, because it's not made of matter, matter से नहीं बनता हो. Therefore, this dirt and filth and impurity, they are not there. And otherwise, अब क्या बताएं, दिस बॉडी डर्ट फिल्थ, उसको धोने में ही हमारा जिंदगी का आधा टाइम चला जाता है कि नहीं. नहाने का, हाथ धोने का, पैर धोने का शौक से हम करते हैं. इट्स एन एटिकेट, यू हैव टू मेंटेन नीट एंड क्लीन, दैट्स ओके, बट इट्स ऑल दैट होल लाइफ इज बीइंग वेस्टेड फॉर दैट, नो, बिकॉज ऑफ द आइडेंटिटी विद द बॉडी. देह ही नहीं मिला मानो, सूक्ष्म में है मानो, उसकी इतनी जरूरत ही नहीं होगी ना. That doesn't mean that stop taking bath and all. I'm telling how our time is wasted on that. And you can't be doing without doing that, you can't be also. स्नान करने से समय वेस्ट हो रहा है, बट बिना स्नान करो तो जिंदगी वेस्ट हो जाएगा. Therefore, the body identity making it compulsory to attend it. It's like गधा कुत्ता हाथी पालते हो तो उसको देखभाल करना ही पड़ता है. उससे बदतर है देह. If it is not used for sadhana. If it is used only for kamadi bhoga, this is what is the pratipaksha bhavana. So feel that kwayam malimasaha dehaha daurgandhyadi atmakaha ashuchihi. Then the other side, kwa gunaha saumanasyaadhyaha, the great gunas of the beautiful mind filled with higher ambitions and goals, to achieve which this body is used as a tool. Then this thing, not knowing the glory of the mind's beauty with divine gunas, and not understanding this body has such a negativity, therefore thinking it is beautiful and identifying with it, all this called as adhyasa, avidyaya krutaha. Adhyaso hi avidyaya krutaha. And avidya continues as long as avichara is there. When the vichara is done, the vidya comes. When the vidya comes, avidya goes away. When the avidya goes away, adhyasa goes away. See, the divine qualities are neglected. The body, tadatma, is made so strong. This is called adhyasa, born out of avidya, born out of avivek. विवेक से विद्या, विद्या से अध्यास गया, अध्यास गया तो all these wrong notions go away. Okay, think about it more. Then the second one, about this deha, which we have mera mera मैं wala, he is putting a case in front. Bhagavan here, the Pururava, Actually, to whom it belongs, honestly, because honesty is the biggest policy. You can't see anything and put your navel and claim that मेरा है. एक honesty होनी चाहिए. ये है किसका? कोई भी प्रॉपर्टी, पर्स गिरा है, यू कांट टेक इट, किसका है? जांच करके जिसका है देना है. नो, ही इज आस्किंग टू whom this body belongs. I say it is mine. अरे बुद्धू, how can it be yours when so many other sources are helping for its sustenance? When the 10 people are working in company, only one person takes profit, credit, doesn't give to 9. ये जुल्म हो गया ना? I can't do that. So he is asking to whom this body belongs. 6 or 5 things he is putting and asking us to think. You will not know the answer. You can't tell idam itham. Or you have to say it belongs to us. First one, kipitroha kim swamnu. Is it belong to your own parents, this deha? Because it belongs to them only. Because if they don't give the birth and take care of us, then it can't be there like this today now. Therefore, it belongs to them also, you can say. Pitro kim swamnu. Swam kim pitro kim means does it belong to your own parents? Swam means your parents. Second one is kimnu bharyayaha. Does belong to the bharya or the bharta? Because they feed. Husband brings the salary and the wife cooks the food. Both have their contribution. If your husband think that way, belong to the wife. Because भार्या भर्ता संबंध is देह only. Basically, it's not जीव. जीव का कोई पति पत्नी नहीं होता. जीव is only sadhaka. Pati patni is only for the deha dෘष्टि. Two jivas don't get married in the sky. Only the jiva when become dehi, for the sake of the progeny and all that, the dehas come together, not the jiva. Therefore, does it belong to bharya? I know who took care when you are deceased. She gave food every day, cooked and gave. क्योंकि उनका भी contribution है. Therefore, does it belong to her? Ask the question. तीसरी बात क्या है? स्वामिनः. Does it belong to your boss who is giving you naukari and tanka? Because he doesn't give tanka, how will you eat the food and how can the body is maintained? सोचो, देखो कभी नहीं सोचा हमने साला. Only इसमें ये मेरा देह है बैठ गए. Like it belongs to parent, it belongs to wife or husband, it belongs to Swami. Then Agnehe Kim. It belongs to Agni for two reasons. One is the Agni is the one which is in the body, which is supporting it. If the Agni नहीं है तो gone cold, ठंडा पड़ गया, चल बड़ी पयाडू. After the death, it is offered to the Agni only. अग्नि का है ये, देना ही पड़ता है. कितने हो गए? पित्रः, पित्रोः, भार्यायाः, देन स्वामिनः, फोर्थ अग्नि है. If it is not given to Agni, dead body, throw कर दिया. Then Swagrudrayoho, does it belong to the dogs as well as the vultures? Because for them the food is these dead bodies only. You know, nowadays all the crematoriums, these all came to do it. What if somebody dies in unknown place? Nobody is there. What will happen to those deha? All these animals, birds only नोच नोच कर खा लेते हो. They don't mind a human body. They need a flesh. उनका वो दिमाग नहीं होता. उनको बहुत जो भी हो खाएंगे वो. Like mosquito. It doesn't know कि who is it. It doesn't think अरे स्वामी जी को नहीं काटना है. It says स्वामी बहुत मीठे हैं, इनका ज़्यादा काटेंगे. The mosquito will not differentiate. It will take blood wherever it is. Of course, if the Swami with his Yoga Shakti puts a kavacha around him, then it will not come to him. It has got its own power. Maybe I have seen one Mahatma. Mosquitoes are biting everyone, but not him. Yoga Shakti. Then I asked him, ऐसा कैसा है? अबे काटेंगे भाग जाएंगे वो लोग. I can sleep. मजाक से. So, Swagrudrayoho, if it is not burnt. Next one, Kim Atmana, it belongs to you. You, it belongs to you is Pitroho, Bharya, Swami, Agni, Swagrudra. Sixth, seventh case यहाँ. You are in the list seventh fellow. Before you, all of them were the cause. कि महात्मना पढ़िए तुम्हारा है ये कह सकते हो क्योंकि तुम उससे तादात्म्य करके रह रहे हो. तुम भी मेहनत कर रहे हो, एक्सरसाइज कर रहे हो, खा रहे हो, मेंटेन कर रहे हो, दवा दे रहे हो. किमात्मनः then kim suhurdam, or does it belong to our friends and relatives? Because they also are catering to the needs of the deha. So many ways they also helped us. सैर पे ले जाते हैं, घुमाने ले जाते हैं, मौजा मस्ती कराते हैं, पार्टियां देते हैं. So to whom it iti yahana avasidete about this body you can't conclusively say. If you have to say that it belongs to all. If it belongs to all, then it will be used to serve all, no? How can you only enjoy it? मेरा ही करके. Belongs to the mitra, therefore mitra seva में use करो. Belongs to the agni, therefore do the yajna adi karya. Belongs to swagrudra, therefore before dying give food to them. Belongs to the wife, therefore serve her also. Belongs to parents, take care of them also. Belongs to Swami, the food giver, the boss. Therefore, do the work honestly there. When all of them are done, dehatadhyatma yukta, kama krodadi desires will not come that much, by the way. But that's not the purpose of this sloka. It's only inquiry. I'm telling you, if you inquire, you know कितने भागीदार है इस देह के जीवन के लिए, से सबको सेवा करना है. And the main 5 things, because of which we are alive, to them we have to do the everyday the runam vimochanam. कितने बार हमने देखा है पॉइंट. पितृऋणम, देवऋणम, भूतऋणम, ऋषिऋणम, मनुष्यऋणम. Because these 5 we are alive. Because of the devatas, all our faculties are working. Therefore, devaruna we have to clear by doing upasana, etc. Pitrurunam, because the parents we are alive. By doing Shraddha Pinda, we have to clear that runa. Then Rushirunam, because them, their gotra, we are having some wisdom at least. Therefore, by doing Adhyatmik Jivanam, we have to do the Rushirunam clear. Bhutarunam, so many beings are there causing our life. तो उनको दान देली देना खाना. Finally, the Manushya Runa. Manushas, all our friends, relatives. So love them, know your duty toward them, fulfill it. That is how it is done. So I am living because so many factors, so many people. और भी extend करो. Because of the आकाश, because पृथ्वी, because जल, वायु, अग्नि, सबको प्रणाम करके उन्हीं के सेवा में जो रहता है, उनके मन में फिर ये सड़े हुए ख्याल नहीं आते कामना के. He'll not be caught up in any urvash. ठीक है. Second, third one, तस्मिन् कलेबरे अमेध्ये तुच्छनिष्ठे विशेषते अहो सुभद्रम सुन्नसम सुस्मितं च मुखम स्त्रियाः. He will quote all the Hindi and the English and Telugu gaane, which are lakhs in number, which all talk about the gross body. Such a dirty body, it is just beautified, glorified, only to make you infatuated. You use your dimag and see what is inside as a content. That content also will be opened and shown to us by this PUROORAVA, and this will be equally way shown to us in Vivek Chudamani. Tangvam samudrudira snayu medo majjasti sankulam purnam mutra purishabhyam stulam nindyamidam vapuhu. Gurudev said, one died, his wife crying. He said, why died? His body is there only, no? You do one thing, 7 bottles you bring, put all 7 contents of her in that bottle, dabba laga ke ghar le jao. He said, that's what your body, Bharya, you are crying for her. This is what. These Mahatmas silently, they do all this. Therefore, they get out of their Vyamoha Moha. And those are still indulgent in the Deha mean they have not done sufficient Vicharana. So you and I, if you are caught up, we have to be blamed. And we have to come out only by our own Vicharana in this way. Pratipaksha Bhavana. In all the text Shastras, lot of help is given to us for doing all this exercise. In one of the texts, so many. Kavijana Visheshai Guru Kutam, it is written somewhere. It is only Kavijana Vishesha to express their own poetry. They have glorified, beautified, or else what is there in the Deha is only these 7 and 30 dhatus. स्तनौ मांसग्रन्थि कलककलशा वित्युपमितौ मुखं श्लेष्मागारं तदपि च शशाङ्केन तुलितं स्रवन्मूत्रक्लिन्नं करिवरशिरस्पर्धिजगनं मुहुर्निन्द्यं रूपं कविजनविशेषैः गुरुकृतम्। अरे वाह, याद आ गया श्लोक, पता नहीं कब का है। So these things we'll see tomorrow. Then the solution in the 2-3 slokas he gives us. That's the ultimate. That is a diamond gold. That's a man of the match trophy. That's a man of series trophy. That's the best of the thing. You have to own it and keep it with us as sadhana. After seeing this, then we will enter for next couple of days in the study of the Santa Satsanga Lakshana and Mahima as given to us by Bhagavan Krishna. In fact, that is more important. Though we have spent this much time for this, I thought once in life, once we must go through. तो कल के दिन हम इसको देखेंगे, हो सका तो मोस्टली. देन फ्रॉम डे आफ्टर फॉर 3-4 days we will see the सत्संग महिमा. In this way, the 26वां चैप्टर, तारीख भी 26 है ना, आनंद से पढ़े. तो देन वी गो अहेड. थैंक यू फॉर योर पेशेंट लिसनिंग. यू आर वंडरफुल. हरि ओम. हे कृष्णा रक्षा करो. भगवान गिव मी द प्रतिपक्ष भावना. ओम